But I found it so funny when Brendan Rodgers, when he was last getting interviewed, I think was it after the Leeds game or I can't remember, but he insisted that Leicester weren't necessarily just a counter-attacking team. And I was thinking, fam, of course you are. Of course
Yeah,
you are. Yeah.
I,
Who are
I,
you kidding?
I,
JD Vardy, you've
I
got JD Vardy into your team. Of course you're going to be counter-attacking, right?
it's true.
Don't
I,
take it
I,
as
I
insult. I mean
agree
it
with
as
him.
a compliment.
Be more
It's all
counter.
right. It's fine. Yeah, wear it with pride. Wear your counter-attacking team badge with pride.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Hello everyone, this is FPL Bros. This is Cujo. This is episode 39. And we're just going to hit you with just a real quick one just before Christmas and New Year's. We're going to take that time off. Yeah, we work hard, but not that hard. So it's just me and Cujo, and it's James as well. How you doing?
Hello. It's been a while, man. I'm back now. Very happy to be back.
He's back. No, it's good to hear from you, man. Good to hear from you. So as you can imagine, keep this short and sweet. There's a we'll just go through it because, like I say, everybody's just getting ready for Christmas, New Year's. I think everyone's trying to make the best of it this year, considering what 2020's been like, which is fair enough. So you can listen to this while you're wrapping your presents. That's the idea, anyway. All right then.
So, how comes the like for me, it's not showing the game weeks this week? It's not showing my points this week.
Yeah, they're still doing it. Obviously, we're recording on Thursday, and Sheffield United versus Man United, that's only just finished. So they're still doing the points. I mean, I don't think they've even got as far as bonus. So we'll just have to have a stab at what we had.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
I'll start first. As I say, it's been 2 game weeks since we last produced an episode. So game week 12, I got 59 points, which was okay. I captained Salah. I think that helped because there was quite a few average scores across the board. And then game week 13, which has only just happened. Right now, I'm on 50 points, but I think I've got Martinez in goal. I think he's going to get a bonus point, so I'll be 51 points. But I took a -4, so I should end game week 13 on 47 points. Like a lot of people, I thought Manchester City were going to waste West Brom, and they didn't. But I captained De Bruyne for 8 points, and my forward line's good. 6 from Bamford, 5 from Calvert-Lewin, 5 from Adams, and then Salah as well chipped in with his usual 7. And not an awful lot happened with the defence. That's I don't know what my overall rank is going to be. I don't think it's going to be all that good, but a lot of people captain Fernandes and he only got 2 points. So, at least
Wow.
I got, at least I got 4 points from my captain, De Bruyne. And a lot of people only get 2 points from their captain. How about you? Game weeks 12 and 13, how did you do?
So game week 12, I had a very bad game week 12. I got 48 points. So yeah, it's very below average. I got points from Calvert-Lewin and Salah. Salah was my captain, so he managed to get me 16 points, which kept me in the game. Tyrone Mings managed to get me 8 points as well, so those are standouts. I keep Aurier in my team because I've noticed Aurier has been doing some great performances, so I was kind of waiting for him to really show up. Had Lookman on the bench, who got 4 points, and I was playing Neto and Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse got me 3, and Neto got 2, so Lookman playing would have got me a nice extra point or 2 points there. But that's all right. But that's game week 12. Game week 13, I'm trying to find out my points, but it won't tell me for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But what I can say is that my captain is Salah. I also bought Son. I got Adams, Calvert-Lewin, who didn't get any points, I don't think. I got a couple of players in there.
He got
Pardon?
5. They gave him a fantasy assist for Mason Holgate's goal.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. So
because he kicked it, the keeper saved it and went up on the bar, and then Holgate poked in the rebound.
okay, so he gave
Yeah,
it to him. That's
yeah.
decent. So I have no idea what my okay no, okay, I can check the points here actually. So it's got a tally here. Okay, no, it just doesn't tell me. I can't find out my points. Don't know
Okay,
how to.
I can see them right now. You're on 56.
Okay.
I think you are going to end on 56 because, unless I'm very much mistaken, you didn't have anybody playing today, did you? Apart from Tyrone Mings, but he's on your bench, so you're not getting his points.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Oh no, you had Ramsdale. All right, let's see if Ramsdale's going to get any bonus, although I doubt it.
I really doubt it. Yeah.
No.
He lost.
No.
Yeah.
So you've got you're going to end on game 13 on 56 points. There's a -4 there, so that's 52.
Yeah.
So that's better than me.
In a while. Best I've got in a while because I've been it's been very poor for me of late.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's still how many other game weeks to go? About 28 of them. 20 of time to catch up, as I always say. But I'm just trying to keep everybody lifted, keep everybody uplifted. You know, it's green arrows. You just stack up the green arrows, and you soon see things will be looking up. So that's all I would say. And I don't think we're doing too badly generally.
I've climbed up. That week has made me climb up back a bit. I got a green arrow now, but if I just keep at it, I can see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, in the next couple of game weeks, I mean, by January, there isn't any reason why you can't be just outside like top 100,000. And we'll go into that in a minute. Well, in fact, we'll go into it right now.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
So some of you may have seen that the first double and blank game weeks of the season have been announced. So for those of you who are relatively new to FPL, I'll just do a quick explainer. A blank game week is basically any game week where there's less than 10 games, which means that there's going to be some teams which blank. We actually had that right the first game week of the season. Manchester United, Manchester City, Aston Villa and Burnley did not play. So the first game week of the season was technically a blank game week. So one has been announced on game week 18. I think it's for the FA Cup fixtures. So that's what when people talk about blank game weeks on Twitter and so on and so forth, they basically mean it's a game week where there's going to be less than 10 games. And in fact, game week 18, there's only going to be 5 games. So that's quite significant. Half the teams in the league won't be playing. That's because some teams are in the FA Cup. And obviously, even if you're not in the FA Cup, if your fixture is against a team which is in the FA Cup, then you can't play. So how's that so far? Is that gravy?
All gravy.
All right then. And then inevitably the fixtures are going to be replayed. Sometimes you don't find out for a while when they're going to be replayed, but it looks like they're going to be replayed in game week 19. That's going to be a double game week. And it's very straightforward. Again, if you don't know what that means, a double game week basically means where there's more than 10 fixtures in a game week, which means that quite a few teams get to play twice. We call it a double because effectively there's potential for your players to get double points. You know, they're playing twice in a game week, which it all counts to the same game week score. So that's how that works. And Liverpool, Burnley, Man United, Fulham, Leeds, Southampton as well, I think, West Ham, West Brom, Chelsea, Leicester, they all play twice in game week 19. People get very excited about these game weeks because if you plan it right, you could end up with a team full of people who play twice. And, and even if all they do is they get their 2 points for appearance, at least it's going to be more than somebody who plays once. 2 points becomes 4 points, and then you captain that person, they get 8 points instead of 4 points. So I'm keeping that short.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Do you have any ideas at all how you're going to approach these game weeks?
I was literally about to ask. I was going to flip the question to you first, but
fair enough.
For me,
all right. Again, if you go onto Twitter, there is a lot of stuff floating about what people are going to do. One thing you will see an awful lot is people using their bench boost chip during the double game week. Yeah. So if you use your bench boost and your bench players all play, then you get those points added. But if they play twice, then you're really maximising the amount of points you're getting. And so what people like to do is, a lot of us, we have bench players who don't play at all. You might have a reserve goalkeeper on there or a 4 million defender. So what people do is in the run up to the double game week, they get in players who pretty much going to play all the time, especially in the double game week. Double game week comes, they use a bench boost tip, and then not only do you get all your bench points, but they get doubled as well. So there's a potential. I mean, let's say, for example, you've got 4 bench players, right? And let's say they all play and they just get their appearance points, right? So that's 2 times 4, so that's 8 points. In a double game week, that could be 16 points. So you're actually getting at least 16 points for nothing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's double game week. A lot of people talking about using bench boost. I'm not going to go into all the other tactics. This is just the most common one. Another common one with the blank game week, where there's only going to be 5 games, people used to like to use their free hit chip because in the blank game week, for example, lots of teams with well-owned players aren't playing. Liverpool aren't playing. Chelsea aren't playing. Leeds aren't playing, for example. So if you've got a lot of players from those teams and you go into game week 5, suddenly you might find that up to half your team's not playing, which is a pain, and again, you can plan for it. Sometimes people will plan their teams up until the leading up to game week 80 to make sure they've only got players who are playing, or you can use a free hit chip, which means you leave your team as it is, and just for that one game week, you just pick all the players who are playing. So for example, I see that Man City have got Brighton at home. That looks like a good fixture. Yeah. So I will pick 3 Man City players. Then Spurs have got Aston Villa. Even though Villa... Sorry, go on.
What's Man City's other game? Crystal Palace, right?
Say it again.
So on that double game week, Man City have Crystal Palace and Brighton.
Yeah, I'm talking about the blank game week.
Oh, the blank game week. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry, I'd moved on to the blank game week. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on it because people get real into it. Yeah, and in fact, I'm going to stop now. Yeah, with the blank game week, I might pick Man City players, Spurs players, and some Wolves players, for example. So they look like they've got decent fixtures.
On a blank game week, I'm going to do the free hit. I'm doing a free hit on that.
No, I don't blame you. I mean, sometimes it depends. Okay, I'm just going to say this one last thing very quickly. Some blank game weeks, there's only 8 fixtures or 7 fixtures. It's not really worth using a free hit chip. But there's been other blank game weeks in the past where there's only been 4 fixtures. It's really worth using the free hit chip because you're talking about making major changes to your team just for 1 week. You might as well use a free hit chip. So there's still a few weeks to go until that happens. Plenty to discuss. Plenty people can go through what their plans are. But if you've never really thought about this before or you're new to FPL, this is probably the way to approach it. Some people like to use a triple captain in a double game week as well, because again, if your player plays twice, you captain him, that's double points. And if you triple captain, you can blow people away. It's not uncommon to see people get 100 points or more in a double game week. What do you think of that so far then?
I'm not gonna lie. I think the double game week could be a make or break for me because people could pull away from me, or I can catch up and get myself back in. I think that I want to take that very seriously. You say it's a long time away, but the next show, when is it? The 6th, isn't it? When our next show is going to be? And after that,
Yeah, go on.
After that, it's going to be 1 week away from the small game week.
Yeah.
So the next show we'll be talking about a week ahead, and that will be for the 5 game week. It's called the blank game week.
Blank game week, that's right. Yeah. And then afterwards would be the double game week. So I mean, plenty of time to plan, whatever you want to do, but it's a good way of catching up. I urge people, to take it seriously, do a bit of planning, even if you don't normally. It's always worth, even if you add an extra player who's playing a double game week, it can make all the difference. Okay.
So I think the next show we'll be talking about a free hit.
We could go through it and see what people are doing for that.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay, moving swiftly on, then the favourite part, the part where we really earn our money, if we were getting paid for this, it's predictions. So Hopefully we can get through this pretty quickly as there's only two of us. And I will try and stick to the most interesting or the most relevant games. Okay, so this weekend we've got Crystal Palace versus Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
What do you reckon?
I think Liverpool win that 2-1. It'll be a close one. It'll be a 2-1. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go to the stadium and just watch the players go in.
All right.
Yes, yeah, like a fanboy.
Fair enough. Are you actually going to get to see them going? Because like, don't they just? Isn't there a coach park? And I don't know.
Yeah, I want to go past the coach. Yeah, I want to. Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna work out a way. I'm gonna see how it's done. Like I got a few days now to work out how to do that.
Yeah. The next time that happens, I might do that as well. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm going to be busy on Saturday morning, so I don't think it's going to happen this time round.
I want to be busy Saturday morning
right.
as well. That's the business, but let's see what I can do. I'm trying to find my way around it.
There's no denying that Liverpool will be feeling very confident.
Mm-hmm. Take a look for the last game, so Crystal Palace is going to be feeling a bit.
The form is decent as well, but everybody knows that Selhurst Park is where many teams who are flying high have come a cropper.
Mm-hmm.
They like to ruin people's seasons at Crystal Palace. It's just what they do. Yeah. Plus Hodgson might have a point to prove,
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what? I think, and they're not bad, Palace, when they put their mind to it. I mean, obviously, Guaita had a pretty bad game last time round against Spurs, but he played well for the rest of that game, and he didn't have to do much this weekend either, but he's still a good goalkeeper, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was like 1-1.
Apart from that goal he let in, he had a terrific game. He had an absolutely amazing. He made some saves that he should not have made. The one shot that should have been a save is the one shot he let in.
No. Although as somebody who plays in goal myself, there was an awful lot of swerve on it, but I'm not going to say anything. All right. All right then. Southampton versus Man City.
You didn't give a score for the Crystal Palace Liverpool game?
Yeah, I did. 1-1.
1-1. Okay, cool. So that's Man City. I don't know. I don't know. I can see that being a draw as well. A 1-1 draw or 2-2 draw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Southampton, a player I mentioned on the FPL Bros Twitter feed, Vestergaard. I can see Klopp eyeing him up already.
Yeah.
A Southampton defender. He's going to come in with the checkbook come maybe even January. All right. Don't try and deny it. All right. He's making the googly eyes at Vestergaard. This game, I think Man City are going to bounce back because they often do. Whenever they have a bad game, they sometimes put it all behind them, and it's just means punishment for the poor souls who happen to be coming up next. I mean, the thing about the West Brom game is that they created plenty of chances, and another day they would have all gone in, but they didn't. But I think tomorrow is the day when it does. And if Southampton play their high line, and let's say, for example, Pep Guardiola, he's been talking about easing Aguero back in because he doesn't want his injury to recur. But like him and Sterling and Mahrez, all running in behind that high Southampton back line, I think Man City will win. I don't know what the score's going to be. Southampton are certainly capable of scoring. So I think Man City will win, but I think they won't keep a clean sheet. Okay. Do you want to do Everton Arsenal?
Yeah. Why not? I see that being it's going to be a really tough one. I see that being a draw because Mikel Arteta can't afford to lose that game, and it's against his old team as well. So I see him putting in a lot of effort in getting a draw out of that.
They're going to be without Gabriel.
Everton
looks like they've tightened up at the back, but I can't help feeling that is come at the expense of goals. Arsenal just don't score. I think it might even be a 0-0.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
But if not, I can see Everton winning that game because I think Everton are a good team. And I know I've said this before, and the last time I said this, Arsenal did beat Everton. But Ancelotti's a good manager, and I think he's a better manager than Arteta. And plus Arsenal, like I think it's just falling apart a little bit.
They can't.
I mean, they're not going to get relegated, but they're not going to have a good season, and I just can't see where it's going to come from. Party's still out, and they're just blowing hot and cold. And I know if Jamie was here, he'd be like, "What did you say?" Yes, that's right. I said it, Jamie. I said it because it had to be said.
It's bad.
Yeah.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
All right then. Spurs versus Leicester.
Oh, that's a big game. I think Spurs win that. Spurs win 2-0.
Yeah, I think Spurs are going to win there as well because it's just they're full of confidence. Mourinho's flying high, and Leicester are good on their day, but sometimes they find it difficult. What's interesting though, actually, is that in the tougher games, Spurs do play counter-attack, and Leicester are pretty much a counter-attacking team themselves.
I personally think that it was Pure that changed them from being made them less counter-attacky than they were before with Ranieri. With Ranieri, they were pure counter-attack, but I think now with people like Tielemans and Ndidi, that sort of stuff, they passed the ball around a lot more than they, especially when Vardy was out. They got used to passing the ball a bit more, but they still do counter-attack when the time comes. I believe that on that Spurs game, Leicester are going to dominate possession. I believe they will dominate possession still, but I still think they'll lose.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
That's just my perspective.
Then we have the big one, the War of the Roses, Lancashire versus Yorkshire. Manchester United, and the rose is red versus Leeds, where the rose is white.
I hate to say this, but I feel like that's the game where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is gonna act like he's won the league from winning that one game. I think he'll win that game. I think Man United will win.
Really?
Yeah, at home for the first time in ages.
Yeah,
I think they'll win. What about you? What do you think?
Well, Leeds are good away, and like Man United, who are better away, they're not all that good at home. So I don't see any reason why Leeds can't win that game. I really don't, because Leeds just go for it. And what they showed in the game against Newcastle is that they're a 95-minute team. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And like Ole's been complaining for like half the season now that his players are knackered and all the fixtures have been piling up, blah, 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 blah. So they might not last the pace. Leeds will be fine. They don't have Europe, and I can see them running all over them. So if it's not going to be a score draw, then I reckon it'll be a close Leeds win. I really don't see any reason why Leeds can't win. I just don't at all, because they can beat anybody, frankly. And Man United do it away from home, but Old Trafford is a different story. All right then. Chelsea versus West Ham.
Hey, the other derby.
Lampard Connect.
That's East versus West as well.
That's right.
Yeah, big derby. Chelsea. Actually, no. I take that back. I think we'll draw.
Yeah. I can't call it. I really can't. West Ham are decent, and they have frequently rained on Chelsea's parade in the past. I'll never forget a couple of seasons ago, I put my captain's armband on Hazard. West Ham came to town. Moyes happened to be the manager then as well, and they won 1-0. Just imagine. Yeah. Chelsea battered them and they won 1-0, right? It was ugly. It was super ugly, but I just don't see any reason why that happened again. And again, like, Frank's messing with us because, you know, it was bad enough when he had Havertz and Pulisic and Werner and Ziyech and all that to pick from. But now he can't even decide who he wants his centre forward to be. So that's got to have effect on the team. If you keep chopping and changing, I think it ruins the rhythm of the team. But I've done all that talking, and I still don't know what the score's going to be. I really don't. So do you know what? I'm going to go with you. What did you say? A draw?
Yeah, draw.
Yeah, no, I've got no idea. So why not a draw, eh? Why not?
It's true.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
We're starting on player picks. I already know the player pick that I'm going for in this. I think people need to start taking Giroud a bit more serious. I think he could be the one that will get those 2 goals against West Ham.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he's due a rest, because he is 34,
Yeah, that's true. But he's firing on all cylinders at this moment in time.
That's
He's
true.
to do more. The other person I'd say to get. So I'm not saying the obvious ones. Like I want to say ones that people aren't really thinking about or really
Good.
talking about at the time. I don't want to say Patrick Bamford. I would say Sebastian Heller.
Ah.
Yeah.
You think he's going to get something against Chelsea?
I think if anyone's going to score, it's likely to be him.
Mm.
And I think he'll be very cheap as well. So it's just like, it's not too much of a risk if you have the money. Or like to get another player if you want, get yourself a better midfielder or something. Just give him a chance to see if he can scrape some goals. This year, the strikers are not that great. The strikers don't jump up that many points. It's all about midfielders this year. So really and truly, if you get yourself a nice cheap striker that scores, then you're doing very well already.
That's a good tip. And in fact, I'm going to check and see how much Haller is. Because as long as Antonio's out, he's the guy, really, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
And I like to think his confidence is increasing. He's
You see
yours
that
for 6.1, which is decent. That's a decent price,
How much?
It's 6.1 for Haller.
Mm.
Yeah. So he's less than Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the goal he scored last week?
Yeah, it was as perfect an overhead kick I'll have ever seen.
Yeah.
The connection was just so good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I would have said Benteke, but he got sent off. So.
Benteke, man, he can't catch a break.
I was thinking, the week before, I was thinking of buying him before this game. I was thinking, when he scored, I was like, damn, I was going to put him on my team. When he got sent off, I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you're probably better off, even though he scored a goal, he got sent off, and now he's suspended for the next game. Which is a shame, really. Okay, here are my picks. I'll start off with a really, really obscure one. And in fact, I'm not really even sure about this guy. But I'm going to say Nathaniel Klein at Palace.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I think it's a smart pick.
I think, even though Joel Ward played at right back this week, I think he's got his place back in the team because he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starts where he played 90 minutes, and then the 7th game where he played 71 minutes. He looks like the first choice right back to me, and I just like to think he got rested just for this week because it was a midweek game. But I like to think Nathaniel Klein is back and doing his thing. He's 4.5 million, and he's the second highest scoring defender at Palace. And we all know that when Palace really want to, they can keep a clean sheet. He's fullback, which means that occasionally he might get forward and cross the ball. Although I think that's more Van Aanholt's thing. But there's quite an obscure pick there, and I think he's the first choice right back, even though Joel Ward. So that's number one. Number two, let's face it, Mourinho's got Spurs playing how he wants them, and when Mourinho wants his team to defend, they can defend. So my next pick is going to be, even though I talked a lot of smack about him a couple of weeks,
I know what you're going to say.
It's Eric Dyer.
Oh, Eric Dyer. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yours is 5 million. Yeah. So out of the regular defenders at Spurs, which is Reguilon, Alderweireld, Aurier, Doherty, even he's the cheapest. Davis plays and sometimes at 4.6, but he doesn't play often enough. Mourinho likes Dyer. It's obvious he likes him. He's a high-scoring defender at Spurs. Not only that. Sorry.
He speaks Portuguese of him.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Well, it helps, doesn't it? And that may be part of the reason why he's so highly rated. He had his football education outside of this country. Anyway, they let him take free kicks. I mean, what could be better than that? The last couple of free kicks he took, they were very decent ones. He got them over the wall and on target. And then another day they both go in, right? And you're looking at a monster haul from the guy. So Spurs are defending well, even though they're looking at some very rough games coming up. Get him now before his price goes up. Let's see who they've got next. Okay, so they've got Leicester at home, Wolves away, which isn't necessarily an easy game. But then they've got Fulham, Leeds, who don't keep clean sheets, Aston Villa, and Sheffield United, who, as we know, are the whipping boys now. I think that cannot be denied.
Yeah, can't.
No. So yeah.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
I think we're getting to the end of the show. Just very quickly want to say, if you're listening to the YouTube version, you see that little bell there. You've got to click on the little bell. You've got to click subscribe. It's got to be done. You'll feel so much better for it. You know, go to bed after listening to this episode. You think, did I subscribe to FPL Bros? Yes, you did. You did. Because I'm telling you,
like as well. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. That's right as well. You don't want to go to bed thinking you forgot to do something, like you left the oven on. Did I leave the oven on? Did I like FPL Bros last episode? Just do it now and you'll sleep much better.
Two things are very similar. I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, did you have any more thoughts in general? Football's a crazy old game. Crazy.
I feel like this season is the most difficult season for FPL.
Say again?
I feel like this season is the most difficult season for FPL.
Yeah, a lot of the big teams, a lot of their big players aren't really doing it at the moment. Although having said that, Kane, Son, and Salah have been horrendously consistent, and Calvert-Lewin has also been a wonderful surprise package. And one day, we might find the other big hitters doing their thing. But for the time being, it seems to slow down a little bit with them, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, with the Liverpool win at the weekend, do you think normal service has been resumed?
No. I think it's still going to be extremely difficult for Liverpool to win anything. So, what's it called? I think it'll be extremely difficult for Liverpool to win anything. I feel like with the new defence, I feel like as much as they're performing well right now, people are going to test them a lot more. So everything is still very much on edge. I still believe Liverpool are the favourites to win the league this year, but it's because a lot of it is because because everyone else are performing not as good as they're supposed to.
True, but if Aguero comes back and he starts playing 90 minutes again, I think you're going to see a different Man City.
I know, but the thing is, Man City are doing so badly that I just don't see Aguero making that difference. Before, Aguero had David Silva. Now he doesn't.
Well, yeah, you say that, but in the last couple of seasons, David Silva missed a lot of games, I mean, I know he was useful for them when he played, but they didn't rely on him as much as people think they did. He was rested a lot. And don't forget, Man City have also got a game in hand. So, a couple of wins.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still there. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, it said Man City has still got a game in hand. So a couple
a couple of wins, and they're breathing down your throats. Anyway, that's enough trolling Liverpool. I just want to say thank you for doing the pod. Really appreciate it. No, we're all busy, but it's good to get this episode out. And like I said, guys, you're not going to be hearing from us for another couple of weeks because we're going to take time off and enjoy our Christmas and New Year's. But we should be back recording on the 6th of January. So mark it in your diary, Google Calendar, your Microsoft Outlook calendar, all that good stuff. You don't want to miss it. So, and all that's left for me now is to say bye-bye.
Bye from me. Derek is just about to log in as well,
Well, it's CPT time, but I think we're done now. We've tortured people long enough. Okay, green hours all round, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.